because most people aren't buying at that time. And when sellers need to sell,
Probate's economic proof.
in a good market or bad market, there's always a seasonal fling to the San Diego real estate market.
What I loved about the whole thing is just helping the seller resolve their problems, their headache.
We made some money, we paid our people, and we got to keep doing what we do. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Revive and Reveal, the show where we pull back the curtain and show the truth behind the transformation. I'm Brian Daly, founder of We Revive. I've done over 600 of these flip projects, and I wanted to create this show to go beyond the pretty photos on Instagram. I have the immense pleasure of being joined by Alex Vargas here, a friend and longtime real estate professional. You've been in the business for years, and we're here to talk about a project that we did together, 13932 Powers Road in Poway. This was one of the first that we did, or the first that we did after talking about it for a long time. I loved this home because it had serious mid-century vibes, but it needed everything. Yeah. So excited to dive into it. But first, let's learn a little bit more about you and your journey in real estate. So how did you get into real estate?
So I used to do some sales and marketing for an attorney, and my cousin was in mortgages.
Okay, I don't mean to date you, but you gotta say, how long has it been?
Oh, 25 years.
25 years.
25 years, yeah. I'm like, wait, what do you want, my birthday? Yeah, so my cousin recruited me in 2000, November 7th, 2000.
Okay.
Wow, remember
Dang,
that.
Remember the
Anyways,
day.
So mortgage banking, correspondent lending. And so that's what we got into. The owner required that we were all licensed. So I had the real estate license, and I banked, and I was just cherry picking the gravy, like friends and family, doing both. Back in the Wild Wild West, you could do the mortgages and buy and sell, you know? So that's what I did. And then fast forward to, 2006 or 8, when the big imploded, everything imploded. I started doing like short sales, and NMLS came out about the same time, and I just pivoted to like short sales. And then from there, like I think in 2010, I really can't remember how, but I got into probate and trust conservatorship sales.
That's good. I mean, the beauty about probate is it's always going to be there.
That's what I tell people, man. It's like people talk about the doom and gloom and the media and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, probate's economic proof, really is.
It is.
It is.
I mean, everybody's going to die eventually, right?
Yeah. So I feel blessed to be in the space.
So you stole my next question. What's your sweet spot? So I got to skip that one.
Well, probate's the one. That's it.
So 25 years in the business, you've done financing, you've done traditional real estate, and now you still do traditional real estate when it comes to you, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
But your main focus from an outbound / inbound too, marketing and sales strategy is probate.
That's it.
What keeps you motivated after all these years? Especially with probate. I mean, you do get involved in some tough situations, emotional situations. Like, what keeps you going?
The passion to serve, man. To serve, like you were telling about your number one thing is to operate from the heart.
Yeah.
We actually say the same thing. I tell people, maybe it sounds silly, but we actually operate from our heart. And my number one business value for my business value is to serve. So it's just to serve people, because if you put yourself in their shoes, they're stressed to the gills.
Yeah.
So we have all the vendors up, how to help them in everything you can think of. We got.
Yeah, I mean, because when you're going through a probate situation, the real estate is probably the biggest asset that they're dealing with, but it's not the only thing they're dealing with.
Yeah,
you got a lot of other moving parts and pieces.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people don't get it, but like oftentimes they're out of state or out of the country, or far away, 400 miles, but oftentimes they're just out of state. They got their families, they got soccer, kids, work, their mortgage, car payments.
Life doesn't stop.
And then they inherit this house in LA or San Diego with 40 years worth of stuff in it, cars, mortgage, same thing. So they take on this. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So if you can come and like take things off their plate and put it on your plate to handle, it makes it a little easier for them to transition.
Good on you, man. So it's a broad question. What do you love about real estate? I mean, 25 years. What is it about real estate that captured your attention? Obviously the financing part, but then the probate part. But what is it about real estate?
It's my whole family's pretty much been in real estate. My aunt was in it. She got my mom into it. My mom said a long time ago, you should get it. You should be an appraiser. I'm like, I don't want to be an appraiser. And then I kind of.
I'm sorry. You said it, and I couldn't stop myself. The amount of work that they have, like, the apprenticeship hours that you have to put in.
I think it's 2,000 or something.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
I mean, it's good, I guess, but
Yeah.
that's just a lot of work to be an appraiser. Anyway, sorry.
I just shelved it, and then
Yeah.
fast forward, my cousin recruited me, and that's kind of it. Ultimately, though, I think when you ask me that, I think it's the freedom, and a lot of people have a challenge with like, oh, life and balance, work and life balance. I just do it. I just make it. I mean, I work really, really a lot, and then I don't work a lot. And I just go with my family vacation. Like we're going to Yosemite tomorrow for 4 days.
Oh, I love
So I think honestly, it's like the dream was maybe like the freedom of it, and then you do got to work. You got to put it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's funny because you have the freedom to make the decision to set your schedule, right? But then you have to have the discipline to force yourself
Exactly
to do the work. That's going to get the result. Because you have no boss that's telling you.
Cracking the
It's
whip.
just you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. The other side of that question, you can cop out if you want, but it's a cop out. What do you hate about real estate?
I read that question, and there isn't really. I don't know if this is a cop out, but I don't think there isn't. I don't hate it. I love it.
It's good.
I do. I love it.
Okay.
It's awesome for me. I mean, you get to look at renovated houses. You get to look at the worst houses of you've ever seen, and you get to help people. You get paid well. There's a lot more to it. I mean, it's a lot. So it's interesting.
good.
It's always interesting. That's for sure.
It's good. I've asked that question to a lot of people. Most people in the business don't really have a good answer.
Oh,
So
I hope
you're
I
not
did
the
okay
only
there.
But I mean, I think you either love real estate or you hate it. And if you love it, then you don't hate. I have some things that I could probably talk about for too long, but I'll leave that for another day. So we've been talking as a team, right? You've been talking to our team for a while now.
Yeah.
Why was this property on Powers the right one?
That's a great question. I think it's just all the numbers worked out, and probably Poway is a good market. It's a good, arguably the best school district in San Diego County.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've definitely brought quite a few properties to Etienne, and this one just seemed to win.
Yeah, it was. We bought this property in Q4. Which
2024.
Yeah, 2024. So markets always in a good market or a bad market, there's always a seasonal fling to the San Diego real estate market. And so in our world, the more properties we can buy in Q4, the better.
The stack for the new year.
Yeah, because you buy that property in Q4, and in this case, we ended up listing in Christmas, but usually we end up listing in the first couple weeks of January, and then you're hitting the kind of the start of the buying season in February and on. So just because of the way it works, Q4 usually allows us to buy properties because most people aren't buying at that time, and when sellers need to sell, you got to probate.
Yeah.
It's when you can usually make the numbers work. So the property we're talking about today is 13932 Powers Road. What do you remember about it? What was your first impression walking into it?
I love those houses. They're like you said, the mid-century vibe. I as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I love mid-century as well. And I just love that they're fixer-uppers. And what I loved about the whole thing is just helping the seller resolve their problems, their headaches. And he actually used that word. We use it lightly throughout oh, your headache. But he said, this is a headache for me. So it's nice to be able to help somebody out of that, give them like a couple Tylenols, and 7 days later, you're done with the deal.
Yeah, it was a quick close. How did this opportunity fall in your lap, or how did you grind in order to come to the situation?
Like I think we talked about, I do mail. I'm a direct mailer. I'm a marketer.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately what I am first as a marketer.
Yeah.
And I just market it to this guy. A lot of people actually in probate specifically.
A lot of people. It's good you recognize that. I think a lot of people in this business don't recognize that they are, even if they're on their own, they are a business.
Yeah.
And marketing has to be a part of it.
It's number one.
Yeah. So you are a marketer.
Yeah.
So anyway,
absolutely.
Sorry to interrupt, but anyway,
No, you're good.
So you were marketing direct mail.
Yeah, direct mail. That's all I usually do. I've been doing it for 15 years straight. I haven't stopped. Like I said, I mail through, and the silence, the pain, as we discussed. And so yeah, they call, and you know, I sometimes they call for a cash. Most of the time they call for a cash offer, but if it's like, you know, you have to listen. And when I listen, they say like they want retail, then I take the wholesale hat off or flip hat off and put the real estate hat on and pivot.
Yep.
But in this case, they wanted cash and they needed it. It was timing. It's all about timing. Probate, and I imagine all real estate, it's about timing. Specifically probate, he was ready.
Yeah.
He was ready to.
Well, and you knew he had a pain, right? You were
Yeah.
there to solve a pain,
Yeah.
and he even said it. He had a headache.
Yeah.
So was this seller in state, out of state, out of area?
Out of state. With out of state, they call a personal representative or administrator of the estate. So yeah, executor, administrator.
Did he ever have to fly in to
No,
handle it? Oh,
no.
Nice.
He reached out to me, sent me a text message off my postcard, and said, "Hey, you're interested in this property? I got a lockbox on it. You want to go see it?" I'm like, "Yes."
Nice.
And yeah, so that's really how it was. And then we just kind of, you know, and I love the fact that, you know, probate's a busy space, but it's not busy because it is busy. But I mean, like, there's a lot of people that just fizz out, and meaning like they just don't follow up continue the conversation. And
Do you know how long you'd been mailing this person?
Well, I normally mail. I got people. I mean, I just got a call yesterday. Like, it's been on my list for 3 years.
3 years.
So I have my probate list is from probably eight years old plus.
And you know, I think the logic people. I hope somebody that's listening to this gets that nugget, because even me, I've been in the business for a long time. Marketing on and off, depending on, you know, what strategy the business is using. But probate, the logic would be, hey, if you're not getting a response within a certain amount of time, that probate is probably settled. Stop mailing them. You're wasting your money. Yeah. You just said 3 years.
Yeah. No. So what? Yeah. What happens is we do what's called list hygiene, right? So I scrub my list, and my list is up to about 14,000 records right now. Okay. And so I get emails from my coach that I buy my leads off from my coach. The same coach I've been working for 15 years. I buy leads. He's just got my credit card on, you know, revolving. So I get leads every month for like all local 5 counties. So we scrub all the leads every month, every 45 days, remove the active, pending, just sold, things like that. And then we mail. And we do the same thing, rinse and repeat. So it's list hygiene. And yeah, old is gold, honestly. It's like, I just got like 2 or 3, and this is how it goes. My husband, I just got, Margarita called me, Orange County. She says, my husband passed away and 3 years ago, and the memories, I gotta go. And I hear it quite often, actually. So yeah, the answer to your question is like, yeah, probate's done. It's already transferred in her name now, but now I keep mailing and I get the call. Yeah. And guess what happens? There's no call. So one of the questions I ask is like, how are the other investors treating you? Oh, you're the only one I called. So then I know. Yeah. You know, so like even after 3 years, and there's cases, I'm working on a case right now that I want to buy a personal house in Irvine from this guy I've been working. He lives in Poway, actually. And I call him Avocado Man because we talk about avocados all the time. Like, he's got, you know, a farm in Poway. But I've been working with that guy for 6 years, man. Wow. And I got the house key, everything. It's a major fixer. It's in Irvine. And so it's just keep touching them, you know? Yeah. So it's, honestly, I really think the old is gold, really. Because what happens is the new stuff, like I get this week, I have to wait, depending on what county it's in, I have to wait 2 to 3 for them to get the letters of administration. Yeah. And that takes 2 to 4 months, depending on what county. And everybody's mailing at that time. But yeah, they're super heavy. Who's mailing for 3 years? Not very many. Yeah. There's gold in that nugget. So okay. I want to transition into the property a little bit more. This guy was out of state, out of area, had a headache, wanted it closed quick. How did the negotiation of the terms and the sales price go? Do you remember? I actually have the
benefit or whatnot of having no context whatsoever about how the negotiation went, because you did this with Etienne on our team. So do you remember how it went?
Yeah, I mean, the guy was out of state, like you said. This was his childhood home, his parents' home, or his dad's home. And yeah, I think, it's been a long time. So I was trying to look for my notes, like I mentioned to you. But we ended up agreeing on a price. And
Remember the closing timeline? Like
it was fast.
7, 10 days?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it always goes fast. Like it could be if someone tells me they have to take 14 days, I question why.
So he had the paperwork in hand. He was ready to go.
Letters,
no waiting for approval.
Yeah.
Offer accepted, closed in 7, 10 days.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Super easy. He was super stoked, very grateful. He left me a review in Google review.
Good. Oh, those are gold.
Yeah.
Those are gold.
Yeah.
We bought the property, 7, 10 days. I can't remember. I have a 10-day note here, but I think you were saying 7. So anyway, let's go.
7, 10.
Let's go jump in front of the big screen TV and see what this property is all about. Yeah. All right, we're in front of the big old ESPN screen here, going over 13932 Powers Road with my buddy Alex. So look at this. Look at this pretty house.
Beauty. Yeah, it needed everything.
Yeah. So our original game plan on this was to, it was quite a dysfunctional layout, right?
Yeah.
If you remember.
I do.
So we had like a weird addition on this house, and it just kind of created weird bedrooms. So one of the main things we wanted to do is create a true primary suite with a true master bathroom or primary bathroom. I'm sorry. And convert the existing half bath into a full bath. So it was originally it was a 3 1.5 when we got it, and we ended up being a 4-2. So we opened up the kitchen, living areas by removing some walls, which we love to do. And then you can't really tell from this photo, but this house had some cool mid-century and modern vibes to it.
Super.
And so we really leaned into that with our design, and ultimately both landscaping, exterior appeal, and interior. So we had a budget of $160,000 on this property going into it, but we had to come up with this pretty quick when we were during the acquisition. So we had a lot of pads in there because we knew this was a mess of a house. We didn't really have the full plan done once we made the buying decision. We felt pretty confident that 160 was going to get us to where we needed to. But as you can see here from the outside too, I mean, the pool needed everything. Exterior needed everything.
Yeah. There's some mid-century vibes right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
right there with the windows. Yeah. And there's that chopped up. We love the chopped up kitchen when we're buying, because that's when we know, like, hey, we're actually adding some value here.
Yeah.
So when we had the 160, we didn't know a lot of things. We assumed there was going to be a lot of work needed to do on the property, but after the fact, once we really got into it, we were hoping originally that we were going to be able to just repair the roof. Turns out couldn't. We had to replace the whole thing.
Wow.
There was a rooftop heater which we had to tear out. We were hoping we were going to be able to salvage that too, but it was too far gone. So we switched to a mini split system throughout the repair. There ended up being, and I think I have some photos in here, there ended up being some major concrete issues in the garage. You can see there.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to do quite a bit on the outside, and the driveway and the garage was quite a bit of concrete work. Plumbing upgrades, pool restoration. We had to reroute the main line to do the bathroom the way we wanted to. Mm-hmm. So again, we ended up, we started the budget, we started the contract or the property with $160,000 budget. Mm-hmm. Ended up spending $169,000 in repairs. But considering all these things that we went into it not really knowing about, that was actually not that bad. I just listed roof, HVAC, concrete foundation, sewer line, and pool restoration. The pool we kind of knew about, but those are major items that we ended up only going over $9,000 a budget. Could have been worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the sewer came at the very, very end with the request for repairs, or was that part of that or no?
No, I don't think so. We had notes here that when we did there was extra. I think that we didn't do the full sewer replacement, but we did under the house.
Yeah.
I think we had to do some more out front. Yeah. So this is the layout of what the home was before. Out here is the front. We ended up having to do quite a bit of concrete work out in the front entryway as well. But you walked in. This is a full-blown closed-off hallway with a closet, dining room, kitchen area with, you saw in the photo, it's all closed off. And then you can see here the two, we only had a half bath for the primary and the full bath there in the hallway. So we had a lot of things to solve for, and this is what we ended up with. Still, everything in the entryway stayed the same, except this is now a pony wall, not a full wall. I actually meant to ask the team why they decided to keep the pony wall, but I think it's because we needed a little bit of separation there for the dining. Kitchen was opened up, so that wall was removed, and then we'll get into the photos here in a sec, but the mid-century vibe was kept. You can see here that these two closets were utilized to be able to make that the bathroom a full bathroom. That now became the hall bath. And then we turned this whole front bedroom into the master with the door here in the hallway, which allowed us to utilize that bathroom that was the hall bath as the master primary bathroom. Surprisingly, by adding a bathroom and getting another bedroom, we didn't have to change a lot of walls around, and this is the beauty of having a platform that like our designer uses for doing layouts, because you take that original layout and you figure out how can we value engineer this to have the biggest impact with the least amount of cost. And I think she did, and our project managers here did a great job figuring out how to do that without blowing the budget, really.
Absolutely.
There we go. Here are the fun pictures, right? Before and after. Yeah. Kitchen before and after. So we did have to keep that post for for the supporting of that roof line. But everything else was opened up, and there is that living room, and our final tile there for the fireplace. I think this is so. We use a company called. Or a program called Company Cam. I cannot speak highly enough about this program, Company Cam. Have you heard of it?
No,
okay.
No.
So this has been a game changer for us, and it's like the simplest thing in the world. But I don't know how much time we used to spend on sending photos back and forth or saving photos into the drive.
Yeah.
And all of that now is done on Company Cam, and all of our project management is done on Company Cam. So this little arrow here was taken off of Company Cam because our project manager was sending a note to our contractor of like, hey, we gotta do something about this.
Right.
With using the arrow. So we didn't have another photo without an arrow, so this was our best one on the back. Anyway, I can't speak highly enough about Company Cam. It saves us a ton of time, and it allows our foreman and our crew to communicate with our project manager with photos. So our project managers only have to go to a property 2 times a week now without having to see it. So anyway, Can't speak highly enough about Company Cam. And this is where we ended up at the end on the back side. That pool right there was god-awful expensive. The pools are underrated.
Was it 30?
I think so, yeah. With the concrete that we had to do around it, probably more. That was buried in some other costs.
Wow.
But yeah, pools are underrated, expensive. Here's where the mid-century vibe comes in from the entry. I dig mid-century homes.
Absolutely.
And then here are the rest of
I love the fireplace
listing photos. What's a fun project? I love getting our hands on mid-century moderns. This one, there's some that where they have the actual exposed wood ceilings and those really and truly get that 1960s vibe, and those are real fun. But this one is kind of halfway there. Okay, so I went fast forwarded through all of our sale photos. We didn't get to talk about the sale at all. So Alex, dude, you sold this for us.
Yes.
So how'd it go?
It went well. We had a lot of interest in it, for sure. A lot of people liked the what you guys did with it, the renovation, and obviously the mid-century vibes, for sure. I think one drawback was that it backed up a Pomerado Road. So that was, I think, the only thing, really.
Yeah, well, we also listed this right before Christmas, which...
Yeah, we did,
I hate listing properties right around that time. Like whenever we have renovations that extend beyond Thanksgiving, in my head, I just have to get comfortable with, I'm most likely holding on to this until mid-January, mid-February.
Yeah.
So anyway, listed during Christmas. I remember we had another property in Poway that was very similar at the same time.
Exactly.
And there was like 3 others that all hit the market all at the same time.
Yeah.
So on top of it being backed up to a busy road, on top of it being Christmas, we also had like 4 properties on the market that were pretty dang similar.
Yeah.
For small buyer pool for that time of year.
I think you had a superior product, though.
Oh, thanks.
I really do. I do think so.
This turned out nice.
It did. So the sale went well. I think, it went well overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your team's amazing, by the way. Honestly, like Alex, Ed, I mean, of course, that team, we already know that.
Yeah.
But Alex and the gals behind the scenes and really, really stellar, man.
Oh, thanks,
Super.
man. And I'll make sure to share that with Alex.
No,
I probably need to share it more often. I can't tell you how many people talk to me about how on top of it that guy is.
I can't even believe, like, I imagine he's extremely busy, and he's like almost always picks up and text messages. I was just
Alex, you're I call him Alexi. He hates it, so call him Alexi. But he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So I had a couple notes too about the sale.
Yeah.
So internally, you probably wouldn't have known this, but our projected sales price for this property was 1.097. Why 1.097 and not 1.099 or 1.095? I don't know, but that's how we have a fancy underwriting tool, and that's what it spit out at us. So
oddly specific.
I know. We get down to the pennies here. We ended up listing at 1099.
Yeah.
900, right under that 1.1 mark. We already talked about the time of year that we listed it, but I had notes that we were getting a ton of showings.
Yeah.
A ton of showings for that time of year too.
Yeah.
But only received one offer. We ended up closing with the one offer we received.
Yeah. I felt really good about it. I thought we were going to go over. And obviously, I was hoping.
Yeah.
Because
our team did too.
Yeah. I mean, just because you guys did another one in that track, a couple in that track.
Yeah, we've
so
done
I
a
was
few,
feeling really confident about it, and
Took 34 days to get that offer.
Yeah.
All because of that road.
Yeah.
And we've been burned by busy road before. And I mean, I was just listening to another investor putting out some content, and he's like, hell no.
Yeah.
Not a busy road ever.
Yeah.
Don't
you gotta
touch.
buy deeper. You gotta buy deeper.
Got to buy deeper.
Yeah.
And some people won't even touch them. I'm contemplating. There's been times in the market where I'm like, hell no busy roads whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I think I'm kind of in one of those times right now.
Yeah.
But at the time, we bought a few on the busy road. But yeah, we discount cut deep on our ARV, and luckily on this one and others, it worked out okay. But busy. I've been burned by busy roads before.
I have too. Mission Gorge. Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's a real big one.
Yeah.
So 34 days.
Yeah.
34 days to get it. Do you remember anything about our buyer? I got notes, but I just want to. I'm
Yes,
a little
I do.
test. Okay. All right.
I mean, yeah. I get personal, because it's like the listing, and I want to do a fantastic job for the team, and they're just kind of beating this down like the house already, and I'm like, well, it sounds like it's not the house for you then. I don't know. That's kind of what my mentality is like. Why are you telling me to pre-frame that you guys don't like it, but you really do like it?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I thought. They were like pre-framing it, like just trying to go deeper on us on price. And so that's kind of how it was the whole way through. And again, with Alex and the team, and we got through it, and they had quite a bit of repairs, and you guys handled them all. And Yeah, I think the one last thing was I think they wanted a sewer line out front where you guys had to get that fixed up. But overall, they really enjoyed it, even though they said they didn't like this or that about it.
Yeah.
They ended up like
Well,
loving it, you know?
that's the market we're in now,
Yeah,
right? I mean, this
yeah.
was this year.
Yeah.
We're in, people are saying we're transitioning to a buyer's market. I've been saying we've been in a buyer's market for over 6 months now. That's what they can get away with it. Like we sat on the market for 34 days without an offer.
Yeah.
So I mean, they ended up offering 1.07.
Yeah.
So it was less than our projected sales price, but 34 days, no offers yet. We took it, right? It was a good VA offer though, and I always love it when we put a property under contract and we close. We don't have that falling back out of escrow. That
absolutely.
was happening so often nowadays. So kudos to you for keeping it together. It's not always easy right now with the buyer's market. The buyers feeling the power. They're feeling the power right now.
It's true. I think it's a really good time to buy. I really do.
Yeah, don't tell too many people that.
Well, then cut.
So I had notes. How long do you think it would take to sell? From internally, we had 80 days in our numbers for our pro forma. So on our pro forma, I kind of made a joke earlier about it goes down to the penny, but we try to get as specific as possible because I don't know how many times we're in a situation where we have to come in with our highest and best number.
Sure.
So we analyze down to the day of how long we think we're going to hold it for, down to the dollar, how long we think it's going to, how much money we think it's going to take to rehab, and down to the dollar what we think it's going to sell for, as you can tell by our ARV of being 1097.
Yeah. Nice.
We ended up selling $27,000 under our expected sales price, but we did it in 60 days instead of 80.
So you had 20 days of holding costs.
This is what I often tell people thinking about getting into business and whatnot. Like the speed is everything. That 20 days on a property at this price point, probably $500, $600 a day. That's a lot of money. That's another $12,000 swing. Okay. So that $20,000 hit, $27,000 hit on our sales price, if we can move it faster, I mean, that makes quite a big difference. And that is actually a good segue. I've been having on this photo up for quite a bit. We can move forward. By the way, I'm just I love this tile now.
I loved it.
I know.
I loved it, man.
I mean, we've seen other. We're not the only. This is being used by a lot of flippers now. But I still,
man,
I love
super.
that.
It's like a bamboo kind of vibe, isn't it?
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to pick out this stuff. I would. I mean, the amount of decisions that go into making design choices is tough. So, all right, here's how it shook out. Right. Open up the Komodo, so to speak. Purchase price $740. I mentioned we spent just under $169. As you can see there's the $168, $634. Buying costs, financing costs, that's where all that holding costs come in. Selling costs $27,977. Total all in $994, $951. So had we sold at our number of 1097, it would have been a total final sales price or final profit of 100, but we were a little short. $60,822 and 27 cents. And there, you notice there's a little bit of a difference between that spread and that. We had an investor on here. Actually, we have a couple different investment structures, and I just, this one was actually unique for us. You had no idea this was happening, but behind the scenes, sometimes we'll use a JV structure with our second trustee investors where they'll come in and take 20 to 30% of our profits. In this case, we used the company money to take that position, and then we shared the 20 to 30% of those profits with the team. So that delta between our net profit and this number, right? This equates to about $75,000. So we shared a little bit of the profit, the $15,000 or so, with the team. Just because we had the capability to do it. And so the team was very invested in this project from the get-go.
Oh, sweet.
They got a little piece of the upside.
So I got a question though, real quick.
Yeah.
So the total net was 75, or you removed
total
the
gross. Yep.
Oh, the net profit.
Yeah. The gross was 75, and then we had financing costs, which we put to our investor, which was our employees in this case. But yeah, 60,822.
So was the 15 out of the
On top of that, so 60 was what ultimately after we paid our investor. If we would have raised money from an outsider, we would have paid that money as well. So yeah.
So what is this like? What do you think? This is like a 6% return or like overall?
Well, yeah. I mean, pretty damn close, right? We basically had it in for $1 million total cost.
Okay.
So our we call that. So this is our total costs, and then this would be our profit, right? So that's like gross margin. So gross margin is like 66%.
Yeah.
And then we have all our salaries and all our overhead costs that that come out of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
This from a grand scheme of things, this we sold over or under our ARV, but we did a little faster than normal. Yeah. It's a base hit, right? This is a double.
Yeah.
But I'll take this all day long. We got to do what we love. We got to pass this home on to to somebody that now loves it. Hopefully, we made some money. We paid our people, and we got to keep doing what we do.
Awesome.
So, I'll take base hits all day.
Yeah, awesome, for sure. Absolutely.
So, you've been doing this. What you said, 15 years now.
Real estate overall, 25 years.
25 years.
Specifically in probate.
Probate for 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years. Yeah.
You come across this stuff all the time.
All day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What wisdom do you have for the other people looking to get into this side of real estate? Whether you call it distressed real estate or the niche of probate or the niche of even, you've been around fixers for a long time. What wisdom do you have? You've been doing it for, specifically probate for 15 years. You come across a lot of properties like this.
It would be keep going. Just don't stop. Like a lot of people stop. Mm-hmm. Like they start a niche or something, whatever it may be. Going to the gym, whatever. Just don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop mailing. I just don't stop. I've been doing mail for 15 years straight.
Dang.
I have not stopped. I mail through the pain. I mail through the silence. So it's just the passion behind it and to be driven.
That's good wisdom right there.
Yeah.
Because when that phone call's not ringing and you haven't seen a check come in the door.
Actually, I was going to tell you, man, like I just did a mailer drop and one today, we did one last week. So my phone might be ringing. I was thinking maybe we could do a live call if I get a call.
We'll see. Let's go check that.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, so honestly, it's just really I think in my opinion, for me, in my position is I just don't stop, man. I keep pushing through.
Good.
No matter what.
Good wisdom.
Yeah.
All right, what's next for you? Same thing? You gotta go keep mailing.
Repeat and, yeah, like the Burr method, you know what I mean? Like just rinse and repeat and keep going, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, good on you. Well, you crushed it as always.
Thank you.
And here's the next revival together, buddy.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. See you next time.